Yeah, baby, you know what it is. WSME, SM Enlightenment Radio. Ladies and gentlemen, it's time for another edition of the Sunday Night Spotlight right here. It comes at you every Sunday, 8 o'clock p.m. And ladies and gentlemen, I got a special treat for you tonight. Yes, indeed. A good old friend of mine, all right, that someone that I've known for years, a couple of years, you know. I don't want to say how many years because, you know, that might, you know, let you know how old I am, you know. But, hey, I have the very lovely AIYANA Sykes in the house. And welcome, AIYANA.
Thanks, Doc. You got me cracking up already.
So, the reason why I have AIYANA here, folks, all right, AIYANA's a friend of mine, you know, from way back when she first came to Connecticut when you were in college, right? And you were interning at WIBC, Yale Broadcasting. And you actually took on the task of being me and Stevie's intern for the dance party. So you came through and you put up with us for a nice season there.
Fun times.
You know, and wow, you know, I've, you know, since then I always have seen you around. I've watched you grow and develop into, you know, just a wonderful woman here. And I'm checking out your Instagram, you know, and just noticing that, you know, that you're in business now for yourself.
Yeah, I am.
And the Instagram, I'm gonna put the Instagram up here, you know, for folks to check you out because you're not only giving out good information, but you know it's entertaining as well.
Thank you.
You know, but you are an entrepreneur. You went into business yourself this year, right?
I did. Yep.
Of all years.
Of all years. And right in the middle of the pandemic.
Wow.
Like literally in March, I started this.
In March. Just when things was getting crazy.
Yeah. Because that makes a lot of sense. I mean.
Yeah. Well, yeah, I mean, you know, I guess it could either make a whole lot of sense or it could just be, you know, batty crazy, you know, one or the other. Maybe a combination of both.
I was just about to say probably a combination.
So tell me about your business.
All righty. So I am an Arbonne independent consultant and I am a district manager. That happened in October, so that was really exciting.
Oh, congratulations.
Well, thank you. Thank you very much.
Yeah.
So Arbonne is, first of all, Arbonne has been around for 40 years, and I literally just discovered them in March. But we take a holistic approach to health, beauty, and well-being overall. We are the #1 global brand for healthy living inside and out. So it's just a health and wellness kind of overall healthy living from A to Z.
Yeah, it's like holistic.
Yes.
Right?
Yep.
So, and what I do understand is that that these are products that are all plant-based.
Yes.
Correct.
Correct.
And it's I mean, you guys have such a variety of different stuff. And one of the reasons why I thought it was a great idea to have you on is because, you know, we're in a new year now, and folks want to, you know, even me personally, I do a reset, you know, in January, you know, I put down the sauce, you know, it's not, I try to do it for the half of the year, you know. This year I might just keep on going and just say, hey, you know, I'm gonna just stop drinking altogether, you know, because I'm, you know, a lot less now. You know, I know you remember me back in the day. I was a big mess, but you know, now, come on now. Hey, the truth is the truth. But you know, hey, you know, no, well, you know, I was going to work every day, you know.
Yes, exactly. So,
and then I was drinking them 40s at night too. But, you know, but now, you know, it's like, you know, getting older and you start to really think more about your health and your well-being. And your business is centered around this type of thing, like people that want to get better or improve or do stuff for themselves. You have products that are in skincare and
Mhm.
bath and body, um, makeup, uh, nutrition, hair, like all kinds of stuff, and it's a great thing. I mean, what was it? Was there something, a particular product that Arbonne carries that jumped out at you, whereas you knew that this is something that you wanted to market and stand behind?
Yeah, actually. So I started with the nutritional products because I had some health concerns and I was just tired of being tired. Like as cliche as that is, it is
Right.
what it is. And when I started using the product, honestly, so there's two ways that you can become involved with Arbonne. You can be a preferred client where you get a nice discount. You can also be a consultant like I am, and you get a deeper discount and you're starting a business. I honestly started just to get the deeper discount. I was like, hey, I can get more money off. Absolutely. Let's go for it.
Right.
But when I started using it, I'm like, wait a minute, there may be something to this. Um,
Right.
so yeah, I started on the nutritional side, and honestly, like over time, I've just swapped out so many of our household products. I mean, I've got my husband on it, my daughter, like the whole family, my mama, my dad is a little, he does a few things here and there. He hasn't like jumped in head first with me yet.
Right.
But, most of the family is like, they get it. So
Yeah.
literally, like I started with the nutrition and then I moved on to the makeup because, I love some makeup. And when I learned like what's in our makeups. This is like, I think this is honestly what drives me because I just want, again, as cheesy as it may sound, I want to help people. Like, we don't know what's in our products. We don't
Right.
know what is allowed in our products for the most part. Many people do their research. I wasn't one of those people. I had no clue before joining Arbonne. So, like, when it comes to personal care and nutrition, what's in your products really matters, but what's not in your products matters just as much. So,
Oh.
yeah, like the US, we ban 11 ingredients where Europe bans 1400. Like
Wow.
that's a huge difference. What are we doing? And why? So Arbonne actually goes above and beyond European standards, and we ban 2,000 ingredients. So we have what's called our strict ingredient policy, and we ban 2,000 ingredients from all of our products. And it's things like PEGs, parabens, phthalates, like that just names a few. So
Right.
it's nice to be involved with a company that's actually there for, the good of people as well as the earth. I mean, again, at the risk of sounding cheesy.
No, hey, but that's a real thing these days. People are concerned about the environment, and it's the thing that I'm hearing though is that this is an opportunity not only to get yourself on track with like you said, nutrition stuff. I remember you as a young intern at the station, and sometimes you weren't feeling that well. You'd have the stomach cramps. I remember one night specifically whereas he's like, hey, this was really concerned. It's like
Mhm.
because you were having those. So when you started with the products and those types of episodes, would they like calm down or go away?
It would be like before Arbonne, it would be 3, 4 times a week. Now, maybe once, twice a month. So
Right.
I'll take it, and it just
Wow.
it's night and day. And like I knew just before I knew anything about the company and about the products and how healthy and how good for you they were, I'm like, okay, I know how much better I'm feeling, so there's got to be something to this. Let me start with my mom because my mom has, or she has ailments as well,
Right.
and many times it's just about what we're eating and we just don't know it. Like we just don't know.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Yeah, everything that you put in your body, hey, there's there's a consequence to it. I mean, whether if it's good or if it's bad. So now you also, besides from the nutritional products, okay, and you said, as you said, there's makeup, okay, and so Bath and Body.
Yeah.
What's that all about?
So, and that was huge, like especially holiday season, people are looking for gifts. I mean, you name it. Bath salts, everybody in the house has their own shower gel. I prefer the I prefer the Botaniques. My husband prefers the shea butter. My daughter right now is using the shea butter also. That's just because, she hasn't really gotten into her Christmas gifts yet.
Yeah.
Because that's like lower on her priority list. So she saw them, but hasn't opened it yet. But she has some gingerbread and some snickerdoodle. So there's stuff literally for the whole family. You have, men, women, children. Oh my goodness, I could go on and on. Lotion, like deodorant. It's just it runs the gamut.
Yeah, and it's all as we say, it's all plant based. None of all of these nasty products, like ingredients and all of that. So before you got into this business, like so I guess we're going to rewind back to the beginning of the year, almost a year ago. What were the conditions that were going on that made you decide to go into this venture?
It wasn't pretty. It wasn't pretty. So, and like we go way back, so I feel comfortable enough, I'm trying not to give TMI, but I have IBS, and I mean, like the stomach cramping is outrageous. I mean, I've gone from like physician to physician, and then I go to the specialist, and I go to the GI, and they're like, oh, well, yeah. No, just make sure you eat. I'm like, listen, if I don't eat by a certain time, it's not pretty. Like I have to be close to a bathroom for the rest of the day. And you're like, just eat by that time. That's not a solution. That I don't understand. And I dealt with that for like over a decade. And, as you get older, certain things start to bother you more. Just like you said, as you get older, you start to pay a little bit more attention to your health.
Right.
And it just started getting worse and worse. And it was a conversation in a coffee shop. And we were talking about something else. And she literally, at the end of our conversation, we were networking. At the end of our conversation, she was like, listen, would you be willing to try something for me? And she just gave me like a sample packet. And I was like, sure, why not? And the first product was the shea butter hand cream. And I put that on when I got in the car, and I was like, I can't stand anything that makes my hands greasy. I don't want to be slipping all over the steering wheel.
Yeah.
And I mean, when I say, whoa, like that's some serious hand cream, because everybody has hand cream. You can get hand cream anywhere.
Right.
But when I used it, and I was like, okay, well, that just absorbed and my hands feel phenomenal. What else you got? So that's literally how it started, all with the hand cream. And now, yay, district manager. So that's nice. I digress. That was pretty much my day. Like it was the stress of I have to make sure I eat by a certain time or I'm going to be useless for the rest of the day. Wow. And like being in education, anything can pop off at any time. And I'm the coordinator of the program. So I'm in special education, and anything, there can be a fire at any time, not a rural fire, but anything. And if I'm trapped in the bathroom, who am I helping? And that's just that's not a good way to live. Like there's so many different like things that we experienced in our body. And I can like give you a list, like bloating, feeling foggy, constipation, diarrhea, cravings, whether it be sugar or caffeine, craving food. Women typically, sometimes we like to eat emotionally, not sleeping through the night, lacking energy. Like I could go down the list. These are things that we learn to live with. Like we just think of it as another part of life. Like, I'm not really feeling too good. Let me drink some water. And water is great. In my group, we try to make sure that we take in 64 ounces of water every day. So water is great, but it's not the cure all. And we like, this isn't how we should be going through life. And this is actually like our body. And I am no nutritionist by any stretch of the imagination. But this is like our body telling us that it's having a reaction to the foods that we're eating. And
Yeah.
even skincare products, like I learned that what you put on your skin, 60% of what you put on your skin is absorbed into your bloodstream within 26 seconds. Like that's,
Wow.
so you need to know what's in your products.
That's, and this is the perfect time of the year, as I said, to be thinking about this stuff because, we all have to, I mean, and especially in our communities, we have to focus more on taking care of ourselves.
Yeah.
We already have this horrific pandemic out here that's hitting us so much harder than everybody else,
Absolutely.
and a lot of folks in our communities, we don't even like to go to the doctor half of the time, especially us men, as black men, we could be walking around with all kinds of stuff going on and just not wanting to go to see the doctor. But then in the same right, sometimes when you go to see the doctor, it seems as though they just trying to push some pills on you or just trying to, write a prescription or a recommendation to see another specialist and another specialist. So it's like, God help you if you have insurance, and if you have insurance, they just trying to milk it as much as they could.
Every dime. Yep.
Yeah, and it's like, so you have to take more into your own hands,
Mm-hmm.
And
Don't get me started on the whole like community, because that's a whole hour-long conversation. But I'm with you 100%. Like in our communities, what do you typically see? You see fast food. You see, like, you're not finding the same things in other communities that you find in our communities.
Yeah, and it's like the corner store. The corner store is like full of just unhealthy stuff.
Processed foods. Absolutely. Yeah.
It's like, it's hard to find good fruits and vegetables and stuff like that. It's just not as much accessible.
Yep. And that's
So
exactly like one of our core products is the 30 Days to Healthy Living. And that's exactly what it focuses on. It's just building a better relationship with food and like building better eating habits. So it's not a fad diet. It's not, because I mean, what do you do when you diet? When you come off the diet, what happens?
You blow right back up.
So what's the point? So you've been stressed out while you were on the diet because you're like, I want this and I want that and I can't eat it. And then you do all of that hard work, you go through all of that stress, you see results, hopefully, not all the time, but hopefully.
Yeah.
And then you're done. Like, what's the point? I personally, I love food too much to diet. I love food, so I don't want to restrict myself. But the 30 Days to Healthy Living, it's, you have your full set of products and it's everything that you need for 30 days. But it's not just a matter of here's some products, figure it out for 30 days, and then, I'll never talk to you again.
Right. So what does it consist of? Is it shakes? I know it's shakes involved.
Mm-hmm.
And
yep. So you have your protein shakes that have like 20 grams of protein. It has fiber. And what we do is we teach you like how to create better eating habits. So your shakes are actually going to be meal replacements if you make them properly, and we actually coach you through that. So that's one of the pieces of the program is you actually get a coach, which is me, and there's a specific Facebook group for people that are part of the 30 Days to Healthy Living. So it's not just me. You have me as your consultant and your coach, but then there are a myriad of other consultants in the group that are there. Like you have a question, you're going to get an answer probably within 10 minutes.
Wow.
Yeah. So it's a huge, like, it's just a community. And it's the same idea, like when you are going to the gym, you're going to go to the gym a little bit more if you have an accountability partner. If you're going by yourself, you might go religiously for like 2 weeks.
Right, exactly.
And then it's like, I'm over it, or I'm too tired, or you find every excuse not to go. But when you have someone who's like, all right, we're going to be there at 6 o'clock, you'll go a little bit more often. So
That's
you
right.
have like this community. But yes, it's the protein shakes. And it's not just a matter of, everybody's familiar with the shakes that you see on TV, whether it's Weight Watchers or whatever. This is something that's going to satisfy you. And because of the nutrients and the whole foods that you're adding to your diet, you're going to be sustained. Like, you're not going to have those cravings. My mom, perfect example, loves chocolate, loves it. And you would think that I had paid her. I did a presentation for her friends because she loves it so much.
Okay.
You would think that I had paid her to say, I don't even crave sugar anymore. I don't even crave chocolate anymore. Like, my mouth almost fell open. I was like,
What?
promise you, I did not script that. I had nothing to do with that testimony. But it really, again, that goes in that list of things that we think is just regular, everyday living. And that's food cravings, because we're not getting what we need and what we are eating. After we finish a meal, an hour or two later, we're craving something else.
Right, right. So yeah, and a lot of times when we just feel those cravings, it's is it like our body just telling us like, hey, that there's something that we're not doing right. We're not getting the right nourishment in other ways, and we get those cravings. But the thing is that we get those cravings, we're reaching for comfort type snacks, which ultimately makes things worse.
It definitely does. And it's like, we typically are focused on weight management. And the common misconception is that if you lose weight, you'll get healthy. It's actually the opposite. If you get healthy, typically your weight is going to take care of itself. If you are eating the right things, and that doesn't mean that, you're supposed to eat like a rabbit. I'm not going to tell you to eat carrots and celery all day long, because I don't want to eat carrots and celery all day long.
Me either.
So, it's not, we're teaching you what to remove from your diet for 30 days. And then after the 30 days, you go to what we consider like the 80-20, where you can reintroduce certain things back to your diet. Things that you're removing are whey, for instance. That's a derivative of dairy, and our bodies can't absorb it fully. We all know, just in our community alone, how many of us have reactions to dairy alone.
That's right. It's not good for us.
No.
No.
Refined sugar, artificial sweeteners. I mean, everything is marketed like, oh, diet is better than this. Get the diet cola instead of the cola. No, if you're going to have a cola, not the diet, because the artificial sweeteners are related to over 90 medical conditions.
Yeah. See, it makes things even worse.
Yeah. Like, I could go on and on, but gluten, like soy, that's, more and more people are starting to learn about soy. And I learned a lot more about it since starting with Arbonne, but it mimics the activity of estrogen. Like, I won't say who this was, but I had a gentleman tell me actually earlier this week that he thought he was doing the right thing by switching from dairy milk, like cow's milk, to soy milk.
Right.
He was like, I started seeing man boobs. I was like, estrogen. That makes sense. And it's linked to cancer in women. So I don't understand what goes on and why things are allowed. But, again, a whole nother conversation, right?
So besides from there just being the products, the nutrition products, there's also some instruction, so you're actually helping people. You're not just throwing products at them, actually telling them how to use it and how to supplement this, with their diet in order to get healthier.
Exactly. Yeah. So the point is to have 1 or 2 shakes per day, have 1 or 2 whole meals, and then 2 to 3 like nutritional snacks. And again, we're not talking like carrots and celery, but yes, it is a program, and we actually have a group starting January 4th. So this was like perfectly timed, because there's like, today is the perfect time to get what you need and be able to join the group January 4th. But we start 7 days prior to our start date. So we're starting January 4th. Why? Because New Year's, nobody's thinking about restricting their diet and all that.
Yeah.
Like, don't talk about
and New Year's falls on the weekend, so it's
exactly.
like we gotta at least have the weekend.
Exactly. So when you're getting the weekend to, go do any grocery shopping that you need to do. And then Monday, January 4th is a Monday. So the first Monday of the month, that's when we're starting our next group. We start like 7 days prior in the Facebook group, giving you like tips and nutritional information. And here's a sample day. Here's a sample grocery list. Like it's a full system. So it's not just, and you're not like paying a membership. Like a monthly membership, like, oh, in order to get all of this information and all of these coaches, I got to pay. No, you got your 30 days product. That's all you need. You get everything else with it.
And that's all you need is 30 days to change some habits and to get you. Wow, that's good stuff. What we're going to do is we're going to bounce to a break real quick.
Mm-hmm.
And then I want to speak to you more on the products and then, I believe we're going to bring in a couple of folks. Yeah, that are working with you on this. So we can hear it straight from them and they can let us know what the experience is like. So don't go nowhere, folks. It is the Sunday Night Spotlight right here, WSME SM Enlightenment Radio. We'll be right back right after these messages. Stick around, baby. Yeah, baby. WSME SM Enlightenment Radio. Once again, good evening and welcome. And thanks for listening tonight. This is the Sunday Night Spotlight, and it's a really, really big show tonight, ladies and gentlemen. We have AIYANA Sykes in the house. All right, and she's a business person, an entrepreneur, a new entrepreneur this year. And hey, we've been talking about her business, which is she is an independent consultant with Arbonne. All right, and we've been talking about a lot of the great products and stuff that's going on with the skincare, bath and body, makeup, nutrition, hair, all of the great stuff. But now we have a couple of special guests that are here that are actually going to speak to us about some of these products.
We do. And it's actually, I felt like I could talk about this forever. We could probably fill another 2 or 3 more shows, but you might as well hear like actual experiences. So, I'm not just selling you a drink.
Yeah. And who's the first client that you have that we're going to speak to?
So Orcella is first. She's a preferred client, so she's getting those lovely discounts, and she can speak to those products that she loves. But she's been a preferred client for, I want to say, since May, so a few months.
Oh, okay.
Mm-hmm.
Wow. All right. So here we go. Orcella is in the house.
Hi. Hey.
Hey, good evening, and welcome to WSME SM Enlightenment Radio.
Thank you.
And so tell me about your experience with the products. First of all, I want everyone to know the relationship between you and AIYANA. First of all.
Uh-huh.
Okay.
Good stuff.
Yeah. What would that be?
Okay. So we have a mutual friend that we were originally connected through, and AIYANA was getting married, and I am a wedding officiant. Nice. And so AIYANA wanted to also make sure that her marriage started off on a good spiritual foundation. So not only did she want a wedding officiant, but she wanted a premarital counselor as well. So I was introduced to AIYANA and her husband, and that's how our relationship started. We started off as wedding officiant and bride and groom, and we just developed a friendship after that. I'm also the pastor of St. James AME Church in Danbury, which
Nice.
is a good hour away from where Ayanna lives. And so the first time I saw her and her husband come and their daughter come as visitors, I thought, wow, they drove a long way for worship. But then they did it again, and then again and again and again, and then they eventually joined the church. So the friendship grew from a business relationship to pastor and member. She's our Zoom coordinator. I would not be able to have virtual worship service without Ayanna. So then, her Arbonne product, it really started off with me saying, hey, anyone who supports me, I'm going to support as well. But then I just fell in love with the product. So now she put me in the rabbit hole. And, and now I just love the stuff. And it's because of her.
So wait a second. Before we go any further, you mean to tell me that you get up Sunday morning and drive an hour to go to church?
So yes, as unbelievable as it is, but we did have to limit it to first Sundays because, it was like, it is just like, Ursula said, it's an hour and 10-minute drive. That's a little bit of a trek. But it's just like the word, when you go to church and it's like, ooh, that message was meant for me. That's how it is every service, like every service. That's how I feel. So I was like, okay, I'm going to go on the most important Sunday to me in my eyes of the month. And the first Sunday, let me get my communion, get my sermon, get my word. So that's what we started as. And I'm telling you, like, virtual church has just been a blessing. Every week without fail.
Wow. See, well, you're gonna have to let me know the link for that. So
absolutely,
I could definitely check that out. So tell me about your experience with the company, with the products, Ursula.
Well, it was I forget, Ayanna, you maybe can remind me of me having conversations with you about how busy my brain is, and I was describing it as having monkey brain, meaning all of my thoughts just kept bouncing from brainstem to brainstem to brainstem. And you're like, you should try this the fizzy, the fizz, the mind health fizz. And I was like, I don't heard these products before, but it's Ayanna. Let me try it out anyway. Anyone, like I said, anyone who supports me, I'm going to give them the benefit of the doubt as well. So we started off with mind health. And I was pouring these Mind Health Fizz sticks inside of my water, literally as I'm either writing a sermon or writing a wedding ceremony or just journaling. And I really felt a difference in how my mind was relaxed. I won't say it fixed my mind or anything, but I know that I was more relaxed. And I remember one night, because she does the Zoom. So I would always have to send her the PowerPoint before worship service. And that's usually on, I try my best Friday or Saturday. And so one Sunday after worship, I just felt like the word just really resonated to me as well. And I was like, girl, that was that mind health fizz. It really had me going while I was writing. And then it just turned into, we'll try the energy fizz. And I was switching from coffee to tea. So I still needed that piece of energy, but I wanted it in a healthy way. I didn't want it as caffeine. So I'm using the mind health, and I went to the energy fizz. Then what else did I go to? The probiotic fizz. Then the ginger teas. And then just recently, because of being the preferred customer, I won one of her recent raffles. I haven't even gone through all the fizz sticks that she sent, but I plan to get through them very soon.
But variety pack.
Right. But above all, Ayanna knows her product. That is what's key. And that's what keeps me engaged with her. This is no longer about me supporting her because she supported me. This is now because she supports my health. And with all of the new products that comes out, she's not selling it to me. She really is looking out for my health. This is someone who knows the pressure that I have as a pastor and as a business leader. So she's not selling me anything. She's just saying, look, I recognize what you're going through. You should try this.
That's exactly what it is. Like, I typically am not going to offer just anything to anyone, especially like my friends and people that are close to me. Like I know what it is that they're dealing with in life or whatever. And like the Mind Health, the reason that it's working so well is that CoQ10, right? So that's like the antioxidant that's going to help support the cellular function and things like that. So, I know she loves ginger tea. So I let her sample the ginger tea, loved it, and, little things like that.
Wow, that's fantastic. So the fizz. So you're definitely a fan of the fizz, right, Marcella?
Who is it?
Nice. So have you experienced any other products?
Yes, I also tried her pumpkin flavored protein powder to put in the morning shakes, which I mixed with some of my already prepared fruit pieces that my husband and I prepare, on Sunday nights, and so we will add the pumpkin to it, and so that's another good product.
I'm over here laughing, like cracking up because that was another got you.
Yes.
She was hesitant. She's like, I don't know. I mean, typically there's like the pumpkin spice and then there's the sweet potato. We usually go towards the sweet potato side.
Right. No,
it is what it is, right?
And this pumpkin smells so natural. Like as soon as you open the bag, it feels like not fake pumpkin. It smells like real pumpkin. And it was a good addition to the morning shakes that we prepare, because we know that every store stops selling pumpkin once mint season comes in. Once peppermint season starts, we can't find pumpkin anywhere, but I still have a half a box. So the most recent is the ginger tea, because Aiyana knows, again, this is her knowing me. Right. She knows I love ginger. And when ginger tea became a part of her package, she just sent me some ginger tea. Did not sell it to me. So that once again, she's a salesperson, of course, by nature of the job.
Right.
But just her knowing you and what you like, that's why I keep going to her. She, out of nowhere, she just knew I like ginger and sent ginger. And she knows when I'm running out of stuff. That's the other thing. I'm like, how you know I'm out of this?
Just keeping track. Keeping track. Hey, whenever you're ready for this reorder, I got you.
Yeah. More tea came in the mail the other day. I was like, how she know I don't have any more ginger tea?
All right. Okay. So I will reveal my little secret. Part of being a consultant, like we get these phenomenal tools. So we have all of the marketing. Like it's not a system where you have to buy into the marketing program. It's already there for you. The minute you sign up, your website is ready to go within like 2 minutes. And there's a customer management system that tracks all of that. And it gives me reminders. Hey, Orcella should be due for some advice.
Nice. So there are tools there to ensure that you're going to be successful, and also that your client, has exactly what it is that they need. And the real good thing that I like that I'm hearing about this, and also about you, Aiyana, is that at least you're not out here trying to sell people stuff that they don't need.
Right.
And that's fantastic. Orcella, I want to thank you so much for coming through.
Absolutely.
And shout out to church again. Where you at?
St. James AME Church, Danbury, Connecticut. But right now we are virtual. So we are on your IP server wherever you are at www.stjamesamedanbury.org.
Let's not forget Serenity Ceremonies.
Oh, yes. That's right. Serenity Ceremonies, which is www.serenityceremonies.com for all you single, but almost at the altar people. Uh-oh, that's right.
Look out now.
I heard you, Doc P.
We got some virtual services.
That sounds like a category I might fall into there. I don't know.
I don't push people to the altar, but I sure will be there when you get there.
Connections.
Oh man! So thank you so much for checking in with us. And I'm gonna tell you, you're always welcome to come on our platform here and talk about the great things that you're doing at the church, and hey, we could always use someone to come through and give us a little spiritual nourishment.
Praise the Lord.
SM Enlightenment Radio is all about positivity and upliftment, and just making people feel good. So hey, you got a place. You got a place for you.
I appreciate it. I'm home. Thank you. I love it.
Thank you so much.
All right. Well,
have
thank
a good night, everyone.
Yes,
Bye-bye.
thank you so much. You have a great night. Wow. See, that's one satisfied client that you have.
Yeah. I mean, you touched on something. You said, I'm not just out here like offering anything to everyone. I mean, it doesn't serve either one of us, like me as the consultant or the client, because you're going to get something that you don't really need or want. You're not going to come back. So
that's right. Yeah.
It's not good business sense.
Yeah. You just get that money one time and that's it, and then you'll have somebody mad at you.
And we know, when people are mad, they're likely to come after you quicker than saying, hey, this was great. Thank you.
And one thing that I've also noticed is that, hey, when people have a negative experience, they'll tell
everybody
20, 30 people, but if they have a really good experience, they might just tell 1 or 2 people that are really close to them, but they're not going to be on the mountaintop, just screaming, with a bullhorn like, hey, this is great,
Exactly.
So I know that we have another one of your clients that can also speak about their experience. We have Iris. And tell us a little something about Iris before we bring her right in.
So Iris is actually a preferred client who follows the 30-day program. So she does the whole program. And I mean, Iris and I go back like years. We used to work together. And I'll let her tell that side of the story. But oh my goodness, I want to say probably 11 or 12 years we've been friends.
Wow.
Yeah. And when I first started with Arbonne, she was one of the first few that were willing to listen to my spiel. Because, at that point, I didn't know what I was talking about. I was just like, Can you come and listen to somebody else? So she did. And she was like, this is actually interesting and wanted more information. And here we are.
Well, here's Iris.
Hi, Iris. Hi, everyone. How are you?
Good. How are you?
I'm doing good.
So yeah. So tell us a little bit more about your relationship with AIYANA. Like how the whole thing came together.
So me and AIYANA worked together on insurance. So we started doing that years ago. Oh my God. At least over 10 years. I've known AIYANA now.
Yeah.
Really good friends. Grew up doing insurance. She's a great salesperson, as you can see. But our relationship grew from there. From selling insurance, and now, she got me doing this 30-day program, which I love. I have no complaints.
So what's the 30-day program about?
So with the 30-day program, you get this big package from tea to the protein shakes to a green balance. There's digestion plus, the fizz, pretty much everything that you need to get you started and get you motivated and get you going to living a healthy life, not having to worry about, oh my God, I'm dieting. No, this is just a way to just live a healthy life and still eat the same stuff here and there that you like to eat.
Mm-hmm.
Right. But it just points you more in the direction of just a healthier type of eating lifestyle, right?
Correct. Like for me, for example, AIYANA knows me best, and I hate vegetables. I don't eat vegetables. So she's like, you have to try this green balance. This is perfect. You will get your greens in, you get your veggies. It's perfect For someone who does not like vegetables, it's perfect. I add it to my shake. You don't taste anything, and it's giving me the greens that I need to have on a daily basis.
Yeah,
So
that's like your 37 phytonutrients. Like you're essentially drinking the entire rainbow. So you have one full serving of fruits, one full serving of vegetables in one scoop that you can put into anything, water, your shake, whatever drink, anything.
wow, and it's so and the great thing, of course, as we said, it is all plant based products.
Yeah.
So it's not any kind of artificial types of stuff in there, appetite suppressant, foolishness.
Yep.
This is all just natural stuff.
Exactly. If it's not natural, it's not in our stuff. Like we have, that goes back to the strict ingredient policy. So yes, Arbonne bans over 2,000 ingredients. So they are really strict with what goes into our products.
Wow. So now Iris was one of your first clients?
Iris was one of my first. Of course, Mom was first because Mom always supports. And she literally said to me, this was my mother's words, Ayana, what you got me supporting you about now? So if you're just going to buy something just to support and then, drop it and keep going.
Yeah.
Every month. Mom, you ready for your order? No, I need to make sure I look and see what else I need. I can't forget anything. Okay, I'll call you back. So yeah, that's another one. Got her. But Iris, I want to say like probably the second month. I think this goes back to April. And I started in March. So somewhere around April or May, right, Iris?
Yep, that sounds about right.
Yep. So she was definitely one of my first clients and another preferred client getting that discount.
So this is something you kicked off like right in the middle of all of the madness.
You want to talk about
the
like
madness of 2020, like the pandemic, and we still in it. I mean, we're far from out of it, but at least we have a little bit more of an understanding of what's happening, and we do have the promise of the vaccine now. That's coming through, but. It's like, what would ever possess you to start something like that in such crazy times? I mean, how did you think that people would be like, there's a pandemic going on. Everything economically is unstable, but I'm going to give you my money. Like, seriously?
You know what?
But you're successful at it. She's successful at it.
When Ayana called me, I was already home for about 2 months, and I was just eating. It was anxiety eating, and I saw the weight gain. It was incredible how much weight I gained in 2 months, and I was like, this will be perfect. This will work perfect to get me in the right track, because if not, I'm gonna eat my life away. Sitting at home, working from home, not being able to go out. It's just sitting at home all day.
That's that emotional
clothes at that time, so it's like,
yeah.
Well,
we all do it, but women are typically more likely to eat emotionally. Like no matter what we're feeling, if there's any negative feeling, any unwanted, undesired feeling, where's the chips? Where's the ice cream? Where's the whipped? So.
Yeah, us guys, we'll just drink a lot of beer.
Exactly. And then you have to worry about it.
Which has the same negative effects, But hey, but that's a great thing, because you see that your friend is not eating so healthy and might be putting on some weight, and hey, instead of being that friend that says, you're getting heavy, and because some people might not take that the right way sometimes. Be like, who are you talking to? But see, Ayana killed two birds with one stone. She expressed her love for her friend, and she secured a client at the same time. Hey,
oh man,
you gotta give it to Ayana.
All right,
great salesperson.
I mean, it really was. When you put it that way, it's like, what made me think that this was a good idea in March?
Yeah.
But it worked out. I mean, I guess it was like a leap of faith, but I will say it was my personal experience, right? So I had like so many digestive issues, like it's just not even funny. I would literally, so I'm in special education, and I would be in the school in my office, like almost in a fetal position in my office chair 3-4 times a week because my stomach was cramping, and like it was just ridiculous what I was going through. And then someone introduced it to me, a friend introduced it to me, and I was like, I've never heard of this, but at this point, what do I have to lose? So I tried it, and I mean, like, just the results were, at the risk of sounding very cheesy, very scripted, very like, it was just life changing, period. Like, there's just no other way to put it. So I'm like, all right, well, I mean, I might as well just get this deep discount. And if I decide to build a business out of it, so be it. And little did I know I was going to build a business out of it.
Wow. Well, hey, Iris, I want to thank you. I want to thank you for coming through and giving us some insight on in your experience with Ayana and with the Arbonne product. And hey, anybody that you want to shout out while you're here before we let you go?
I'd like to shout out my sister and my mom, and thank you, Ayana, for bringing me into this airborne family.
Aww.
I love it. I love the product, and I will continue to support it.
Okay, Iris.
Thank you. And please tell your sister and your mother I appreciate me being able to borrow you while they're visiting. So thank you. And I owe you guys some freebies, you and Marcella.
Yes. Thank you so much. And enjoy the rest of your holidays.
Thank you.
Okay. All right, then. You have a great night.
You too.
Peace. All right. Wow. This is some great stuff here that you have people very happy, and I can see you're very happy with what it is that you're doing. And hey, it's just a beautiful thing. I mean, once again, it is Arbonne. All right. Now let the folks know how they can reach you, how they can contact you regarding these products.
Yes. So my website is my first name, last name. It's AIYANASYKES.arbonne.com. You can also follow me on Instagram. It's AIY Sykes. And I have my Facebook group, which is the Ayana Arbonne Advantage. So it's pretty much easy to find me. Once you have my name, you can pretty much track me down.
All right. Well, Ayana Sykes, hey, I want to thank you so much for being on the Sunday Night Spotlight.
This was so much fun.
Yeah, absolutely. And you're just like I extended the invitation to your other guests. You are always welcome here, always. And anytime that you want, and you sound like you got something to say. So you ever want to do a podcast?
Listen, well, I got the mic, especially for you.
Yeah, you see. So
I was considering
we could no, don't do that. You could. I mean, because you sound good on the mic, and hey, you used to work with us in radio anyway, so
it would be like coming back home. It would be like fine.
That's it.
I'm down to clown.
Ayana Sykes, thank you so much. And hey, folks, this has been the Sunday Night Spotlight right here on WSME SM Enlightenment Radio. Keep it locked. We got much more on the way right after this.